Hello you gorgeous people, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. My name's Tara and I'm here to help you make confident choices with your beauty buys. And today I'm looking at two Danessa Myricks products. Her Light Work 1, which is a 6 highlighter palette. She has 2 out as well, but I'm looking at 1 today. And her LUXE cream palette, which has got a little bit messy, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Now, I have used these 3 times. Today was for the 3rd time. At some point, you'll see a little video of me using the palettes together. So everything you see on my face today, apart from a very basic matte foundation from Revolution and my black eyeliner and mascara, is from these 2 palettes. So eyeshadow, cheek and lips, all from these 2. Now I got mine from somewhere in the UK. I think it was called Guru Makeup Emporium. The Lightworks palette was around £45 I think, and the LUXE cream palette was around £42, so not cheap together. And I was quite nervous. I don't own an all highlighter palette or an all cream palette, so I was kind of thinking, I don't know how I'm going to use these. I did have a little look for some tutorials and I didn't find a lot on YouTube. I did find though Danessa Myricks talking about how she uses highlighters and just essentially the lightest colour first and then a middle colour and then a darker colour, so I followed that. But this is the look I've got today. I will show you some of the, I'll show you all of the highlighters. So, can you see they are super creamy? So here we have Like Duh, Common Sense, and then a slightly mauvier one, Piece of Cake. And then on the bottom we've got Easy Breezy, No Prob, and Smooth Sailing. And they are kind of like a wet look highlighters. They are, if I was to liken them to anything else I've got, I would say, having recently just got Natasha Denona's bronze sort of face and eye palette, she calls it just a cheek palette or face palette. They're quite similar to the Super Glow formula in that palette. Except it's like having 6 massive Super Glow highlighters. I didn't really use this one or this one because there's definitely a coolness to these 2, which I think will come in handy maybe in the winter months, but these 4 I thought were really nice. And then this is the cream palette, so it's messy. This doesn't really stay on, so I've already realised that I'm going to have to use a little hairband around it to keep this together. Don't think it's going to be one I'll be taking out. But I've been kind of using all of the colours. I've used these dark, you can see I've dipped my brush in for eyeshadow. I've been using these colours here for my eyes, and then I've been using a mix of these pinkier mauvey ones for my cheeks, and then I've really loved using these paler colours for my lips. This one colour here, which I think is really nice, it's kind of like a sort of very pale pink. It's a gloopier consistency than all of the others, which is kind of annoying. So it's kind of gloopy, whereas the others are a bit more sort of firm, like that. So I feel like it's going to run out quite quickly. So I feel like that colour's going to run out quite quickly because it's kind of a bit gloopier. I was nervous getting these because, as I say, I've never had a 6 highlighter palette and a whole cream palette that says you can use it for lips, eyes and cheeks before. But I've got a whole look out of this, bar my foundation. And it's definitely less is more. I would say if you are thinking of getting these, for a special occasion or for, you know, doing yourself up for a night out. Unless you're a pro and you're really used to these formulas, I think it's definitely worth having a few practices, because the first time I tried it, I went well over the top and I looked kind of like a robot because everything was too shiny. And then the second time I had it down a little better. And then by the third time I was enjoying it and sort of mixing these colours, trying some of the sort of purpley colours on my cheeks and then going a little bit darker for the contour and not worrying too much if I'd overdone it, because they do blend out really nicely. So all in all, I have had great fun using this palette. And the Lightworks palette. I think I'm hopefully going to sort of build on my skills with them and get better and better at using them. They're not really sort of do it by numbers palettes. I think it does help if you do have a little bit of a knowledge with beauty or makeup, or kind of just at least know how you want things to look. But I have enjoyed them. They're different, so they're kind of two things that I didn't have in my collection, so I'm pleased to have them now. Obviously they're not, this is heavy, by the way, I didn't realise, but this is a weighty palette, and I mean, I'm never gonna use all of these at all, so they're not exactly sort of travel friendly really. And this one, as I say, I've had to put a hairband on because this just isn't going to stay on, and I would quite like to take this one out and use it as a lipstick when I'm out, but it's not that convenient and it doesn't have a mirror, but I do really like them. And one thing I will say is I had a nap. I'd sort of done some practicing with this on Sunday afternoon about 2:30. And I had a nap on Sunday afternoon at like 3 for a couple of hours. I was just really, really tired. And I got out of bed and nothing had moved. I mean, I don't know, these my eyes might have been a little bit smudgy, but the powder on my face it just hadn't moved. It just looked glowy, and you'd never have known. And I was sort of under the covers, rolling around under the bed, sort of sleeping and moving around as you do. And I hadn't put a setting spray on, I didn't have a primer on, and I sort of went to look in the mirror, you know, when you sort of had a nap and you expect to get up and see everything and be like, oh, I better do my makeup again or do some touch. Honestly, my face looked immaculate. It looked exactly as I had when I went to sleep. So, I mean, if that's a seller for you, then it's amazing. And I don't know if you know Danessa Myricks on Instagram. She does really interesting stuff. She does sort of really bold colours. She uses this colour fix, and she sort of has these bright eyes and very, very editorial and very kind of stylised, artistic look. But with these palettes, I was able to do a sort of naturally glowy everyday look, maybe more of an evening look, because these are, as I said, they are what I'd call kind of wet look highlighters, but not out of place in the day. And for a night out, I think maybe I could sort of use these, go in a little bit more with these. I'm sort of going so lightly, because the beam on them is like nothing I've ever tried before. They are like a powder that turns into a cream. So I like these. They are not particularly portable. This palette is going to get a little bit messy, but I don't have any creams and I will use all the colours in this. So I'm actually really pleased I got this. This is lovely, and I think I've already mentioned, I think the cooler highlighters will come into play for me in the winter. So it's been really nice to work with some different products. I think they are beautiful. If you are slightly darker skin tone, you might want to have a look at the Lightworks palette too, and see what you think of that. But I've enjoyed these. I've enjoyed playing. They've been fun. I'm looking forward to getting better and better at using them. I would love to know what you think. Are you thinking of getting any Danessa Myricks? Do you have anything already? Have you tried her colour fix, and would you recommend that for something a little bit wilder? I would love to know your thoughts. I'm going to be looking at some hair products for something a little bit different. Hello, and there's my daughter. I'm going to be looking at some toning products. I thought that I'd be able to go to the hairdressers this week, and actually I'm not going to get an appointment until the end of July, so I'm still toning my hair at home. So I'll tell you a little bit more about the products that I'm using to get this sort of purpley pinkish glow. For now, thank you so much for watching. Do you want to say goodbye, Bodhi Ray? You say have a great day.
Bye.
Have a great day.